So the reason why we have to have other spiritual stuff that's uplifting is you can't have just this crazy show. That's going to be positive church stuff. We'll still talk about God in here too, but the reason why this show is like, look at what is happening to the church, right? Look what is happening to Christians. This is the church of the regime. Let's watch video 3.5. I don't know why we're in decimals.
Her name is Britta Filter, and she is the queen of New York.
Did anybody just say her name, Britta Filter?
Mm-hmm.
Did I hear that properly?
Britta Filter and McDonald's coming down the line. Britta Filter's been eating too much McDonald's. Dude, look, it looks like a Down syndrome alien.
Don't disrespect the aliens.
Okay, imagine being in church and you're like, before we take communion, I have one announcement. We're gonna, our gay associate pastor, our grooming pastor is gonna come up. He's in charge of the childhood drag queen story hours at our church in the Sabbath room. He's gonna come make an announcement. He's like, we have Britta Filter, and you just have to like clap. You're like, before I eat the body of the Lord Jesus Christ, we have to see the butt of a Down syndrome alien walk through. Britta Filter's been filtering all the calories for us. That is literally a monkeypox ATM machine right there, if I ever saw one.
That's the worst drag name I've ever heard. Unless there's like a one-liner they use with that. That's terrible. How do you respect someone who is like, yeah, my name's Britta Filter? Really? That's the stupidest name I've ever heard.
Britta Filter.
And then when you see things like that, like, the church, you don't have to be religious or not to even assume this, but the church is just going to lose respect. You're not even holding on the traditions or the beliefs that you have anymore. You just keep kind of progressing. And
wait, you look like the height of a child. Go back to that. We're bringing kids on the show.
I'm sinking in this damn
a kid producer and a child guest. Look, that's what he is the comedian for Epstein, aren't you?
Yeah, his
Why does this always happen when you're around?
His people shrink as they grow older. That's what they
true,
do.
Dude. I'm Salvadoran. There's like no Salvadoran over 6 feet out there.
Dude, look at this. Casualty.
Oh, dude.
I thought there was
COC in my mouth.
I got dicks in my coffee.
Is that why? That's how you take it. You told Josiah 2 cream and 2 dicks.
Take your coffee and dicks the same way. Yeah. A little cream, but always black.
You're trying to be a patriot for AOC.
Yeah. I'll be a patriot.
I do gotta say this. In the laughing of all of this, like I said, I'm gonna try to vary content. I'm in a much better place. I'm back organized. I'm gonna be pumping out a lot more stuff. We got our Saturday shit streams. We have such good guests. If you're not watching Saturdays at 8:00 p.m. Central Time, we're doing these like crazy live streams out of my home studio. We have so many good guests planned for the like.
I like that. Elijah's working, man.
Drew Hernandez is on this Saturday.
He's
at 8
got
p.m.
live streams. He got the new Messy Christian, and then if you actually subscribe to Elijah's Patreon, he does shrooms with pastors on Sundays. It's a great series. I love that one, Elijah.
And we also have, it's on the side note, we have a dildo review, it's from we buy different dildos and we review them on Mondays at 3 a.m.
Honestly,
with Jorge.
Mushrooms
it's
with
literally
pastors.
very good.
Mushroom pastors kind of sounds cool.
I just subscribed to Elijah's Patreon.
Sponsored by Elijah's dildo reviews.
It's just $15 a month. Him and pastors take shrooms. It's a great show in church on Sundays.
I did actually have a concept for like
for the families
for a YouTube channel, whereas you get like people that are really smart, like an Eric Weinstein, and you make them smoke weed. And you just call it like high IQ, and then have him try to explain like math and shit.
Hey,
just stoned.
No, it's literally it's Elijah on shrooms with a pastor talking about how much they hate the gays for 2 hours.
I can only imagine what's gonna happen. So like, I'm trying to bring people. This is like a slightly offensive to messy Christianity pathway. Like the whole point of that entire show is like people like me who are messy, who like don't have their lives together, but like still want to follow God and know God. But imagine if you join the host in the reverse pathway. So you start with messy Christianity and you're like, wow, this is really, he's got a podcast? And then you watch this. And you're like I have women respond all the time. They're like, I watched this one woman wrote, she was like, man, I miss the Elijah Schaefer didn't curse all the time. I was like, yeah, that means before I married an Australian, like I'm sorry. No, but I meant like as a joke where I'm going, dude, I try to be as real and authentic and just myself as possible. I do not have a grift or an act. Like the grift is up, and it's just, this is what it is. And obviously there are casualties. I mean, I had 2 shows, now I have 1. So things happen. But at the same time, it's like, I will be who I am. I'll start more shows. I'll just keep doing. I'm going to keep growing, because what I realized is that I was upset and kind of depressed because things changed and kind of got removed from my life outside of my control, and nothing that I did. It wasn't anything that I did or could do to stop anything from happening. And that's how depression and sadness comes, is when something is that brings stability in your life, whether it's your job or your marriage, whether it's, for me, it was a show or any of these other things. When you didn't do anything and you didn't have any control to change anything, but somebody dies or something changes, it makes you feel confused in the world. You feel a little lost. You feel discombobulated. You don't know what's going on. And so then, like, obviously our natural emotion is you respond and you just get kind of like depressed or sad and you get kind of lost and aimless. But then I realized, you don't, just because things happen outside of your control, well, then what can you get in control? So I've been getting my sleep into better control. I've been getting all my vices or different things under better control. I've been waking up earlier. I've been going to the gym consistently, getting swole. And I've now started a real schedule and following it minute by minute, meaning like the way that you honestly, this is practical advice, you can get out of dark holes, is by not focusing on the things that are outside or the negativity or the people or the judgments. It's finding what is it that you can gain control of, grabbing that and then running with it. And so you get, and that's where I am. So I'm like, I'm coming out of a dark hole, but I'm happy to be here. And now who cares what we lost? We got new things coming up.
I mean, that's like, you were actually on time. That's progress.
Mhm.
I used to have you show up like 3.5 minutes before air, and I was like, well, he'll be here, I guess.
I just use I've been around Mexicans so long. I just do what they do when I'm late. I'm like, okay.
Well, he would show
I just
up.
act like I don't speak English when I'm late. It's like, sir, you're 30 minutes late. No,
No, Brando's, I show up on time with tequila.
Yeah, you'd show up on time for us because we had to pregame.
Real quick, if you like what you just watched, make sure to click the link below to watch the full podcast. And please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and that one too. Have a good day.